What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Goblin, and today I'm coming in with a story time for you guys about a hit and run that I committed. This was about 3 months ago, I want to say, but anyways, before I dive into that, I'd like to mention a couple things. First off, drop a like on this video if you guys do enjoy this story. I really hope you guys do, and also check out my second channel in the description below if you guys want to see me play through some other games in a different kind of style of videos, still featuring me. And also, one thing that I want to mention before I dive into this story is a ton of you guys have been asking for a lean story in the comments, and I'm going to clarify right now. I'm going to make this as clear as I can. I don't drink lean. I don't fuck with that shit. Even when I still was using a shit ton of drugs before rehab and all that, I still didn't fuck with lean. It's, I'm not going to drop $200 on a pint of some cold medicine. It's just not worth it in my opinion. The price is way too high to ever justify using it for me. So I've never drank lean. I don't plan on ever drinking lean. So please stop asking for a lean story because 99% sure it's probably never going to happen. But anyways, drop a like on this video if you guys enjoy and let's dive into it. So, hit and run. Now, this was pretty interesting, and I felt really guilty about it for a little bit, actually. But basically, how this all started is I was with my friend. We're going to call him, we're going to go with the good old classic name, Chris. We're going to call him Chris. All right, so it was me and Chris, and we were in my car, and we had two other people in the back of the car, right? It was my friend. We're going to call him Mike, and the other one we're going to call, I don't even remember who the other kid was. So we're just going to pretend the other kid wasn't even there because he was silent the whole car ride. It's just going to be me, Chris, and Mike. So we were dropping off Mike and his friend at Mike's house, and because they had to go home, his mom was tweaking pretty hard. She was pretty pissed off, and Mike was baked as shit. So he had to go home and act all cool. So he put his eye drops in and got ready to go home. And I pulled in his driveway, dropped him off, everything going great. And it was me and Chris left in the car. Mike and his buddy got out, said peace out. We shook up with them. They left and parked directly behind the driveway. Now, I'm not saying it's their fault because it was my fault. I was the one driving, but they couldn't have picked a worse parking spot. They parked this car that I hit. It parked right directly behind the driveway where I had to back out, and the road was already really small, so I didn't have very much room. It was either basically I had to run over the guy's lawn. I had to hit it perfectly if I wanted to back out without hitting this dude's car, which I didn't. You guys already probably implied that part. But so I start backing out of the driveway after a couple seconds of sitting there checking my phone, and I'm backing out, and I'm going kind of quick because we had somewhere to be. We were already late. We had somewhere to go. And all of a sudden, I feel a huge thump, and I just hear a crunch. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I look out my rearview mirror. Lo and behold, I hit the driver's door of this thing, and I hit it good. This bitch was dented in real nice. I didn't even know if this door was going to open. My car, I didn't know. I didn't even get out to check yet. I was like, fuck it. I can't handle this shit. I can't be involved in another car accident. I already have a court case coming up. I'm in a lot of trouble. I got a lot of shit in this car right now that is quite illegal. We can't let that happen. So I look at my friend, and he's laughing his ass off, and he's just like, go, 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 step on it. And I'm in my little Honda CR-V, so I'm like, all right, we out this bitch. So I whipped left, got to the stop sign, whipped it right out of there immediately, and his neighbor was outside. His neighbor saw me, so I had to go as fast as I could to make sure nobody got the license plates. So luckily nobody did. I never ended up getting in trouble for this, but we drove off, and all of a sudden, the dude who I just dropped off starts bombing my friend's phone. And he checks his text because he had his read receipts off. He didn't answer any of the calls because he didn't know, if the friend, he didn't know whose car it was, so he didn't want to, do anything. But it was parked right in front of the house, so he had a pretty bad feeling. So my friend checks his phone, my friend Chris, and he looks at it, and he's like, oh, shit. And I'm like, what? And he was like, that was his friend Alex's car. And I'm like, oh, fuck my dick. Oh, shit. We did not know that this was anyone's car that, he knew. So now I was in deep shit because I committed a hit and run, and the kids knew who I was, but they didn't quite have, any evidence. It wouldn't hold up in a court. So I was pretty worried, but not terribly worried. I felt kind of bad, but I'd never met the kid whose car that I'd hit, so I didn't feel too bad. It was whatever. So my friend was like, bro, I got you covered. I'm a finesse. So he just blocks the dude's number and all that shit. He blocks the dude's number. He's acting all cool about it, and he, I blocked the dude on Snapchat. I blocked Mike on Snapchat to make sure that, he wasn't able to hit me up after that, because I was like, fuck that shit. I don't even want to give him an idea that I still exist. I'm off the radar. I'm not getting in trouble for this. So we ended up, the damage that was done to his door was pretty bad. It was $600 worth of damage, and we went and checked my car pretty far away. We drove back near my house, and we got out, and it wasn't too bad. The bumper was a bit dislocated, and we ended up actually fixing it with a rubber mallet. We just hammered it back in, and there were still scratches, but that's not shit. Fuck the scratches. I didn't care. If I really cared, I could paint over it, but I'm in a Honda CR-V. I don't care how the car looks. If it was my old Accord that I crashed, I would have cared. I would have definitely painted over that and fixed it, but it was the fucking Honda CR-V, the classic mom car, so I didn't really care. So, we had that big dent in the rear bumper, but, you know, I was like, whatever. We fixed it up pretty well, pretty nicely. Not a dent, a dislocation. You know what I meant. So everything's going smooth. No contact. No one's contacting me about this at all. A couple days later, my buddy Chris calls me up. He's like, hey, dude, the cops just showed up to my house. And they knew who he was because Mike told the police. The kid's parents filed a police report. And they told the parents who Chris was, but they didn't know me because Mike and the other kid didn't know my last name. They'd only hung out with me a couple times, so they knew my first name and like what kind of car I drove. They didn't even know what school I went to. Like they barely knew me. So I got off really, really lucky. But the cops showed up to Chris's house asking him a bunch of questions about me and who I was. And he goes, oh, I don't really know him. I just met him at the Chicago Bears game. And they were like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, I don't really know that guy. So he really saved my ass. So shout out to Chris for being the fucking homie, my OG, my brother. He hooked it up. He saved me, came in clutch, and I never ended up getting in trouble for it, which was really, really lucky. I feel bad. I'm so sorry to the dude's car I hit. If you're listening to this, you know, if you need some money now, I'll throw you some money. I'm so sorry, but you know, he probably doesn't even know I exist. So either way, drop a like on this video if you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to check out my second channel in the description below and subscribe to that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.